Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back, boo. Let's get started. If you want to do a length check, talk my natural hair journey, and do a slick back pony with me, then please keep on watching. Okay, beauties, this is a little bit different than usual, but I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. And sorry if you hear anything in the background. It is Chance doing what? Playing with his toy, per usual. But beauties, so yeah, let's just get right to it. I hope y'all have been doing great. It is actually my goal to become, like, you know how I was pretty consistent before. I want to get back to that point. We'll see how once a week goes, and then eventually I'll migrate back to twice a week. But want to make sure you can see my hair up in here. Okay, beauty, so let's do the length check. So I'm gonna pull from, you know how you do a middle part and then you grab that front piece? That's the piece I'm gonna do, because that's pretty much what I have been doing. I looked through actually let me back up. So I have a hair journey photo album in my phone, and I was recently going through those photos and I was trying to find the consistency in my photos so I can really show you the growth that I've achieved so far. So I noticed that I would pull some hair from the front and I would take a picture. By the way, I just took out my mini braids, and if you want to see how I do my mini braids, there is a video. I will link it up in the card, and that is the updated version. So yeah, but anyway, and boom. So look at where we are, y'all. Wow, I'm almost to my chin. Look. Oh, I am to my chin. I'm to my chin, y'all. I'm gonna post a photo, I guess, like right here, to show where I was in whatever month of the photo I decided to choose. But look, let me stop, but I need to actually measure it. So generally where my part started, and then I'm pulling. So I would say it's a little bit past the 8 inches, but just to be safe, 8. Yay! Let's do from the back, from my nape. Oh, yeah, I was holding it too tight. I couldn't grab any hair. I honestly can't even see, but you know what? We're gonna make it do what it does. Try to find the part. I think the part is right there. And then here we go with the pulling. Sorry, y'all can't see. We are about, what's this? I can't even see what that is. Looks like about 7 inches. Yeah, 7 inches, y'all. Ew. Okay, so I can safely say I have about 7 inches all around. And I actually just thought of one more place I can do it. My corner. I would say, yeah, about 7 inches. Yeah, I feel so accomplished. I feel so like proud of myself, because I'm not saying my natural journey has been by myself, but you have to make the decision to go natural yourself and then sticking with it. And I'm just really proud of myself that I did it, because at the end of the day, I saw the growth that I had gotten when I was deployed. If you're new to my channel, please go back and just check out the videos that I posted obviously earlier in my hair journey. And I hope y'all enjoy it. But if you don't, just give you some background. I'm in the military, and I was deployed last year. And basically that's where like the first good bit of my hair journey started. I mean, granted, I cut my hair, I big chopped on July 14th of 2019. Pretty much when I got overseas, I was essentially by myself. And so I really had to just learn my hair and be patient, because it wasn't easy. Like, it wasn't hard because I was deployed, so I was really focused on work. But it definitely wasn't, I wouldn't say it was an easy experience. It's really a mental thing, beauty. So if you're visiting my channel, and if you're like new to natural hair, or you're just big chopped, or you're trying to decide if you want to go natural, I will always say, do it, do it, do it. Going natural was the best thing that I could have done. My confidence has skyrocketed, honestly. Like, I'm not saying I'm just all that in a bag of chips, but like, I'm a whole lot better off now compared to before I went natural. So it's definitely not easy, but it's much more worth it than the process journey. Personally, nothing against anyone who's relaxed or anything, but you know, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, beauty, so this is my misting bottle. I just have water in here. I have Eco Styler Gel, my favorite, the olive oil kind. Okay. And then I have the Honey Hydrate by Camille Rose. And then of course I've got brushes and combs. Yeah, beauty, I slick my hair back in sections, but I do have another video. I will link it in the cards. So again, beauties, I do this in sections. I've noticed this is the easiest method. I just took a clip, beauties, and I kind of just clipped that hair back that I put the Eco Styler on because I don't feel like getting up to get more ponytail holders, and I only have like 4. I'm just doing what I can do with what I have. But if you have several ponytail holders, you can definitely do what I did, except pony it and then proceed. So I'm just sectioning this off, just random sections. I'm not really using a comb to section them off because it's not that serious to me personally. And then I'm going to mist it with water. So that's the initial part, moisture, because beauties, yeah, we do these hairstyles, but we want to make sure our hair is healthy, okay? Shoot, my hair is at, I guess you could say shoulder length. This is not my goal length. My goal is tailbone length. So a honey wanna, what's it called? Retain as much length as possible. So I wanna, you know, make sure I take care of her. So that's slicked, and then I'm going to, I try to make sure that when I'm doing slick backs that I didn't slick my hair back like that. I hope that makes sense, because I don't want this to be a low, I want to be like kind of regular, not like down here, but like more so in this area. And I'm kind of limiting my pony, so I'm going to have to slick it all back down there. And my hair is not long enough for all of that yet. So I make sure when I'm doing my slick backs that I kind of brush it more so upward from my nape. I really hope that makes sense, because that is the best way I could explain it. But that's what I do, beauties. And so if your hair is a similar length to mine, that's a good method. So I just took my first ponytail holder and I put it around it. I didn't do it tight. I only did it around only did it around 3 times, okay? Yeah, so let's move on to the next section. But I'm gonna split this portion in half and literally just repeat the same steps. Beauties, this is so redundant, but anyway, back to my natural hair journey. Beauties, it's been almost 2 years since I've gone natural, and I have enjoyed the ride, like roller coaster ride. Sometimes I really loved my hair, and then other times I wouldn't say I hated it, but I just wasn't a fan. I didn't want to deal with it, really didn't want to look at it. It was too much. It was more than what I wanted to deal with, along with like things I had going on in my life. So there are moments where you are not going to be the biggest fan of your hair, and that's the truth. Okay, I'm going to use the hard brush to kind of make it flat, but I'm also going to use this Denman brush to really get in there to make sure all is flat. I'm not doing it really hard. I'm not like yanking it through my hair, and I'm just gonna, you know, use that tactic where I'm kind of brushing my nape more so upward rather than like back and down. I want to make sure my pony is more so towards like the center rear of my head rather than the bottom. Okay, so I did that 3 times around. It's not super tight, but it's holding. It's just been a lot of trial and error. I would encourage you to, you know, in this journey, to continue to stay patient. I was gonna say, don't get so tired of your hair to the point where you want to chop it off, but I decided to change it to say, don't get so tired of your hair to the point where you actually cut it off. Because guess what, beauties, I've gotten so like frustrated with my hair that I definitely wanted to cut it off and for it to stay short. Yeah, and that's the truth. I've been like, I just want to chop it off right now. Just out of pure frustration, but not out of me actually wanting to start over. So Beauties, don't freaking chop your hair off just because you're frustrated. There have been beauties who have done that. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. But really think about it, beauties. If you chopped your hair off right now, especially if you've been in this thing for years, would you or would you not regret it? Be honest. Beauty, I know I don't regret it if I cut my hair off right now. I know it. Because that's going to put me back 2 years. Granted, I mean, it happens, you know, maybe you damage your hair or whatever the case is and you have to start over, whatever. But as for me, in my head, I know for a fact I'm going to regret it, beauty, if I chop my hair off right now out of frustration. Because it's like, girl, at the end of the day, in real life, you still want your hair. But anyways, okay, beauty, so for that section that you just saw me do, I only put the ponytail holder around twice, and that is because I know for a fact I'm going to take the part off and then add the second piece to it. And I'm literally just going straight across the front of my head to do this. Pretty big sections. If your hair is shorter, you want to do it in smaller sections. So that means maybe a section like this much of hair, and then your next one this much of hair, and then this much of hair. The key to having a really good slick down, beauties, is gel with hold, one hard brush, and one like wide tooth comb or dimming brush. So be real with your hair as well, beauties. I've noticed that sometimes I'm not realistic with my hair. I'm not realistic with it, and it's just like, girl, you watching her YouTube video and she is 1.5 years ahead of you in this journey, and you can see that because her hair is long. Don't expect for your hair to look like hers, or even if it's another texture, like girl, she has type 3 hair, like 3B hair. Don't expect for your hair to come out looking the same way, and that's hard to stomach. I know, I've been there and still go through it. But like all the things I'm saying, beauties, like I'm talking to myself as well. This journey is just your journey and nobody else's, okay? Love on yourself, love on your hair, and find the beauty in your hair. And who's the beauty? You are. Your hair does not wear you. You wear your hair. So that means you need to be confident with your hair. Understand that you are beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are gorgeous. You are intelligent. You are worthy. You are worth it, beauty. You are beautiful no matter what is on your head. I want you to remember that, because I had to remind myself of that as well, because it's just like, oh, I want my hair to be longer. Oh, you know, this doesn't hang right. This doesn't sit right. Beauty, stop all of that. Cut all of that out. I'm saying to cut that out because I had to tell myself to cut all of that foolishness out. We are our toughest critics. We are hardest on ourselves. And once I realized why my hair texture is unique and beautiful and just that is when I started to fall in love with my hair. And that came with, again, beauty's time, and that came with me like doing different hairstyles. Even when I had a TWA, when I had my TWA, beauties, that is when I realized that I did certain hairstyles that just made me feel myself. And I encourage you to do that too. So watch others YouTube channels. You can go through my videos and check out the hairstyles that I did, and you can tell when I was feeling myself, because I let you know, okay? And then also recommend trying protective styles, beauties. Like protective styles is gonna be my go-to pretty much, period. Protective styling is a huge reason why I was able to retain this much length. Okay, we are almost there. But yeah, beauties, my 2-year natural hair journey is coming up, and I will be doing a 2-year hair journey video. It's gonna be just like my 1-year hair journey video, because I noticed a lot of people really appreciate it, like the pictures in the slideshow form. So I'm gonna just keep on with the keep on. I am gathering my photos now, and I'm just gonna do it like every year. I'm just gonna do it just from beginning to end every time, in case I get some new viewers. But honestly, this year has flown by for me. I think mainly because I was deployed for basically a year. So I really wasn't worried about my hair. And so it just kind of did what it did. I really have been loving my braids. I've really been wanting some braids lately, if I'm being completely honest. I just love my protective styles, basically. They're the reason why I've been able to retain this length that I have. I just feel like, why not keep doing what has worked for you? Granted, things change, hormones change, your bodies change, which means your hair can change. So of course, adjust. I've had to adjust to what my hair wants and likes as well. But that's why this is called a journey. You may go through some type of valley, or end up having to climb up a hill, or you may run into, I'm being dramatic of course, but like a mountain lion, and then you have to like combat that. But the point is, a journey is a journey. It's not short, it's not easy, but it's definitely rewarding at the end. And while I'm not at the end, I've definitely been enjoying it, and I understand it obviously much more now than I did even a few months ago. I understand my hair more. I understand this journey a whole lot more. So since I understand it more, that means my journey should be better the second year versus my first year, if that makes sense. So I'm sorry, beauties, if this doesn't make sense. I really do feel like I'm rambling. Okay, beauty, so yeah, I'm just doing a simple, like, the regular edges. I'm also going to kind of wet my puff and then twirl the ends around my finger with gel to make it coily, and to give it a little bit more fun. And then I will show y'all what it looks like in the morning. Beauties, I almost forgot. One of the most important parts is the tying up situation. But I haven't done my puff yet, but don't judge my scarf. Y'all have seen this before. This is Old Faithful. I take my scarf, obviously I make sure it's even on both sides. And then I roll the front part up some. I'm still gonna have a line on my head, but it's not gonna be as bad. These holes get bigger and bigger. Like, it's because, okay, let me tell you how these holes end up in my scarf. So when I was relaxed in like years, I've had this scarf for 10 years plus. So she been through the ringer. When I was going to my beautician weekly, she would curl it, and then I would pin curl it at night. So I would use these. And so I would tie my scarf so tight that the clips, the ends of these, puncture the scarf. So that is why it is like that. I made sure it was flat. I squeezed it some to make sure it's snug. And then I also made sure it covers as much of my big head as possible. This is to make sure your hair sets as flat as possible. Don't tie your scarf so tight to the point where you get a headache. We've all done it. I've done it several times. So that's that. Then I'm going to take my bigger scarf. I forgot to say to tie it in the same way you tied your first scarf. You need a second scarf. But beauties, I just want to make sure I showed you that part because that's one of the most important parts. Besides the regular steps, this step is really important because what you don't want to do is wake up with like zigzags, because you have a bunch of like indents, scarf indents in your slick back. I am back again. Okay, beauties, so I was gonna just go straight to the final results, but I'm just like, that's trash. I'm pretty sure they want to see me take my scarf off. So here we are, beauties. Poor child, like I was low-key hurting, giving myself a headache. Literally, I was like the pot calling the kettle black because I told y'all, make sure your scarf isn't tight. I thought my scarf wasn't tight, but I was sadly mistaken. Now I'm taking the other one off. I'm low-key nervous because I haven't done this in a while, but here we are. Hold on, let me zoom in for y'all. Let me zoom in so you can read the results. Ooh, I got a. Ooh.
Oh my God!
Y'all see that ending? Ooh, child. That is awful. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm just gonna roll with it, you know? Everyone's been there. But anyway, this here indent is real. Oh, and also, beauties, I did twirl my hair around the ends of my finger this morning, so you might still see some gel on there. I think it's adorable. I can't believe my puff is this big, like genuinely this big. But let's do my edges. Did I forget my comb? Okay, beauties, I have my comb. I cannot even believe that I forgot it. Okay, so for my edges, I really should have taken this out earlier. But for my edges, I'm going to use my, of course, Eco Style and then Style Factor Edge Booster. This kind is okay. It doesn't really give me the hold that the last one got. I think it had like the, whichever one comes in the orange can. So beauties, I always end up having a little indent in my hair from the scarf in some type of way, whether it's small or big. So I'm honestly not surprised. Y'all, Chance, like when he's playing with his toys, he will like whine. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's whining right now, and it's kind of weird. But I kind of see it as like, you know how when little boys play with their toys and they're like, you know, making little sound effects. I kind of compare it to that. Because he's not a human, obviously, but that's how I rationalize some of his behavior. Y'all, this little indent is hurting my poor little forehead. I'm trying to do my edges, and it's not letting me be great because it low-key hurts a little bit. So I'm going to take my fenugreek oil mixture. I'm going to link the video to it in the quotes. Well, beauties, that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. If you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads. Beauties, I love you, I thank you, and I will see you in the next one.